Are you looking for a great gift item this year for Christmas or for parties, birthdays? This is such a fun project, and I've built an art kit where it has everything in the kit that you need to build the snowman. So it's got all the texture, and the kids absolutely love it. They get to smooth out. It's like playing with frosting, and it's super fun. The nose is built with clay, and so that's really fun. And while it's still wet, they put in the little wiggly eyes. The little smile comes in the kit. It's just a little piece of rubber. And I just love all the different expressions they can make. Looks a little bit like Jimmy Durante when you put the eyes close together. It actually comes with the buttons and the scarf and the sticks, and so it's all in there. They'll learn a little bit of a painting technique on the background, and I actually do a full YouTube video, instructional video. So these are really, really great. Super fun gifts. Got lots of really good step-by-step instructions in case you don't want to use the video. So anyway, you need, oh, and the glitter's in there. So this is something that would be a really, really great gift. You can get discount prices. Check out my website if you order more than 10. So like if you want to do a party. So that's at EllensArtKits.com. And we also at our studio, these are handmade in our studio. We support adults with disabilities, and we hire them. And so these are made in America. My name is Ellen McGahee, and this is my studio here in Gulf Breeze, Florida. And I would love to see what you do if you send me. All right, everybody, here we go. Are you ready to paint? So what I've done is I took the kit apart, and I wanted to show you all this great, go ahead and zoom in over here on this. Look at this great stuff that came in the kit. So this is the clay, this is the little scarf, the little smile, everything is in there, glitter, here's the sticks. And so here's the plaster, here's the instructions. So I am going to show you how to do this. And to start out, I just want to say that you want to cover your area, okay? You want to cover your clothes because this is real acrylic paint. So if you were to get it on your shirt or something like that, you want to wash it out before it dries. Get it right away. So we're going to go ahead and just jump right into this. So this says clip the plaster bag. All right, so you get a pair of scissors. Oh, you want to get some water. Get a little cup of water. And this is a little bag of plaster. You kind of squeeze back the corner and clip it. There you go. And then what you're going to do is squeeze it down a bit. And we're going to just start filling in the area with plaster. So squeeze it. You can go to do the next one. Once you get a nice amount of plaster in there, then you can either use your brush to smooth it out. So if you use your brush, you're just kind of doing that. I like to use my fingers. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop the brush in the water, and I'm just gonna take my finger and I'm just gonna smooth this out. So when you do, you don't wanna cover your blue line. So you could go close to it, but you kind of want to let the division between the three circles show. So just kind of take it and smooth it around. All right, so if you want to zoom in a little here. So I'm going to do the little rim of the hat. So I'm just going to take a little bit and put it right where that is, and then a little bit on the ball. And then on this part, I am going to use my brush. So I'm squeezing it out, and I'm just going to make little bitty circles, make it look like it's kind of like fur. You could also use this stick end. That looks kind of cool. All right. so I wanted to go ahead and show you. I think I want to smooth the face out a little bit so that when you go to put your, you know, the nose on, it's not so much texture. Just kind of smooth out that. All right, so the next thing we're doing is I'm gonna clip this little thing that says clay and opening it up. It's got it wrapped in foil to make sure it doesn't dry out. All right, that's good. Okay, so you take this is clay, and the first thing I want you to do is just kind of roll it like this. Roll it in a ball. See how I've got my hands going in a circle? All right, so now, once you have it in a ball, we're gonna go back and forth now, this way. So before we were going round, now we're gonna go back and forth. And so what that's gonna do is it's gonna start making it long. See how that makes it longer? And so that's kind of, see that? So you just kind of, it's almost like making a little snake. All right, now what we wanna do is we wanna flatten this end of it. So just kind of squish it down a little. Flatten the back end, all right? And then make a little bit of a point on the nose. Press that down. We're gonna paint it after we get it in, okay? So, there we go. That's a pretty good little carrot. And we're gonna just put it right into the plaster because that'll help it to, you know, it could just dry and that will hold it in place. If it were to ever fall off for any reason, you just put white glue. Just pop it back on there with white glue. So see how I'm making a little point on that? So that's really cute. All right, awesome. Okay, I think I'll put the wiggly eyes on next. I'm gonna clip that bag and dump it out. So these little eyes, it's really fun to play around with them, but I think they look so funny, like real close together up at the top. I just think they look really cute that way. And then the little smile is kind of sideways, so that gives a funny little, kind of a little cute expression. But you can do it however you want, play around with it. So, all right, and then let me show you how to put the scarf on. So you take the scarf, there's 3 pieces, and while the plaster's still wet, you're just gonna take that little scarf and you press it in. Press it down, then you take the 2 little, probably maybe just 1, I don't think we need 2, we'll just do 1 here. This will be like the extra end of this scarf. Press that. If you push it into the plaster, you can form it and kind of make it the way you want it. All right, so these little things that are kind of frayed off, we'll just cut those. We'll just take scissors when it dries and cut those off. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put the little buttons in. Typically these have 3 different colors of buttons, but just to show you, I'll just show you the green ones for now. But usually they'll have like a red and a green and white or something like that. Just press those right in. All right, so, okay. All right, I think we're ready to paint. Let's go ahead and start painting. All right, so I'm gonna show you how to open this little paint pot. You just take your thumbnail and press down on that side and you press up on the other one at the same time. And you dry off your brush. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna thin out this sky blue color because you don't want it full strength, okay? So let's take a little bit of this color, put it in your palette, add some water, make sure your water is clear. So that's why you don't really wanna do the hat first, because if you do that, then your water's gonna be red. So we're thinning out. So far I've gone 4 times into the water. So I'm really thinning that color out. And the reason I'm thinning it out is so that my snowflakes will still show. Okay, so the snowflakes will still show through. So I'm just gonna do a wash on the background with that pretty sky blue color. Gonna add more water as I go. I don't want to hide my pretty snowflakes. If you accidentally hide one of your snowflakes more than you want, just wrap your paper towel around like this, hold on to it, and just real lightly touch. You can just kind of touch the snowflake like that so that you can still see it. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this. All right, so this is the part where we're going to clip the glitter bag. And while the background is still wet a little bit, I want to just very gently pat your hand. You see how I'm just patting my hand, and that's making the glitter, it'll stick into the blue paint. You don't want too much of that to come out. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, that looks very festive, doesn't it? And you can put a little bit on your snowman too. That's fun because the plaster's still wet. So all right, so that's kind of an easy way to do the glitter without it just falling all over it. All right, we're gonna do the red hat next. So I already showed you to pop that open, how to do that. Now the red, it might need a little mixing. So you use the stick end of your brush, mix it like that. Make sure there's no liquid in there at all. It should be real creamy. And we're gonna paint the hat. So I've dried my brush off. You've got a nice point on your brush, and you dip it into the red, and we're just gonna paint that hat. It kind of bled into the water a little. I just gotta fix that with a paper towel in a minute. Let me show you how to fix that. So it was wet in the background, so it kind of bled into it. So you just kind of wrap your paper towel like that and put it on your finger, and you can just touch it in that little spot. It did look kind of cool. If you think it looks cool, leave it there. All right. Okay, so I went ahead and washed my brush. You want to really swish it out. Now, some of the red's going to stay in there. It just stains the bristles, but you don't have to worry about that. So I noticed my orange really needs stirring using the stick end, and you got to really stir it up. Make all the water disappear in there. Kind of separates in shipping. And once you get it mixed, wipe it off. And we're going to paint that nose. The nose is still wet, and that's okay, but you do want to be a little careful with it, so that you don't misform it, make it lose its shape. So, or you could wait for it to dry and then paint it. Okay, so I am going to dry off my palette. Just kind of got a lot of water there, so dried that off, and then I'm going to turn around the palette and open the white. The white doesn't need mixing. And so what I'm going to do is this time I'm going to work with the stick end of my brush, okay? So we're going to dip in to the white, and we're going to make some dots so I can still see my snowflakes. So at the end of each of the little snowflakes, I'm going to make a white dot. You notice I'm pretty much re-dipping my into the paint each time. You want that dot to really show up. That's the way to do it. And this one, I can't see the whole snowflake, and that's okay. I'm just gonna add where I think those dots go. It's still too wet, so it's not working. But I really love that watercolory look in the background. I used quite a bit of water when I was doing that blue. After you put the paint on the blue, you can, kind of dip into your water, and because I think it looks really pretty the way it flowed in the background. I hope that you like yours as much as I do. All right, so what you can do next is you can just make some random snowflakes if you want it to snow. The weather outside is frightful. The fire is so delightful. Heather and I have been listening to Christmas music today. Getting in the Christmas spirit, having some fun. Such a fun time of year. All right, this is really a fast picture and it's really fun. So I hope you're having a blast, and I hope that you tell your friends about this and just share the fun. You can see me on Facebook and like my page or subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, so this is your little blue bag. You're gonna clip the corner, and we're gonna put these little stick arms. I think he looks cute with or without the stick arms. I don't necessarily think you have to do those, but you could just put some glue there, and that's gonna take a little while to dry. So because it's a stick, you wanna really put a good amount of glue. Oh, I also wanted to mention that the hat really needs a second coat. But you have to let the first coat dry in order for it to be smooth. So I think it's about dry, so I'm gonna try. If you don't let it dry, it just starts pulling off. It just pulls the color off. But if you let it dry, then that second coat will make a nice thick, nice deep red. Okay, well, I think that's it. I hope you had a great time, and I hope that you share this with your friends. I'd love for you to post pictures on Facebook and show me what you did, and share this, and God bless you.